bitch, Bobby, bitch, body, bitch, make that body flip. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new to the channel, of course, hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So as an educator, I am very, very passionate about career exploration, helping students figure out what career they want to choose. And we talk a lot about when you go into certain careers, at least we used to talk about this. You go into certain careers, there's a certain code of conduct. It's just the way that you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself when you are in certain career fields. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be respectful and mindful in any job, in any career you have, but there are others that there's more eyes on you, right? There's a big difference on how a police officer conducts himself off duty versus someone who is a office manager, right? That's just the obvious, right? And being removed from the school setting for the past few years, I've still tried to do my best to help guide children and students, former students of mine, when it comes to their career choices. And I've always emphasized, you are going to have to get yourself together, because if your attitude is a certain way, you're not going to be able to be in that field. If you don't know how to control your emotions or how you behave, you're not going to be able to, thrive in that field. But I think right now, people feel like it don't matter, right? You could be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, and still have the career or life that you want. And I get that to a certain extent, but I think social media has created this dynamic to make us believe that. And unfortunately, because so many people are promoting this type of lifestyle, or they're making you feel like it doesn't matter what you do or how you live your life in your career, we are this multidimensional thing. I think it's very disheartening, and it's very misleading, shall I say. It's very misleading. That's the proper word I want to use. And I want to share these few clips of this attorney. Her name is Sierra Norris. She's a defense attorney, and her choice of how she celebrates with her clients after they win a big win. I think you can choose to celebrate. You can do all those things, but there's something about how we as women have to just overdo it. And I'm going to share this with y'all. We're going to come back and talk about it. Walk up on the roof of with that funky shit. I'm running niggas down in they groups, and they're sliding over cars while I shoot. As I said, very brief, very quick, right? But very strong statements, right? I get celebrating. I get being relatable. I get being connecting with your clients or future clients. I don't understand why you have to maneuver in this aggressive gangster rapper type of aura to celebrate with your clients, right? I get you're defending clients, and it's probably around, get that you are a defense attorney who seems to be maybe fighting cases around weapon charges, maybe drug charges, things like that. I don't know why you have to maneuver in and behave this way to be a defense attorney, right? And I think this is the difference of, I think, how we as women want to make a scene, how we want to make sure that we're known, make sure to be known, and men. And I think this is not even, I'm not even going to make it about a race thing in particular. Just going to make it about how we as women in general have to overdo it. And I think that this is where it can be very misleading for a young girl growing up watching and wanting to be an attorney and be cool. You almost have to create this idea that I have to do that in order to be seen. I have to do that in order to be known. I have to do that in order to get my name out there, right? Because we see how a lot of these women, right, in these spaces, in the political spaces, the Jasmine Crockett's of the world, you have to dumb yourself down. You got to come into this ratchet, ghetto, gangster, like that, all of that.
Every time I look at Jasmine Crockett and her ability to just kind of stay calm and do her classy reads and stuff like that, with her sass, I just be like, girl, good for you. I got to talk to Trey. If you call me something, then I'm going to double down on whatever you call me. Oh, she's being ratchet. If I'm going to be ratchet and you going to call me ghetto and ratchet stuff, I'm going to show you ghetto and ratchet then. Because, I can be that.
It's all of that is very just unfortunate that that's how we see it. And again, someone like a Jasmine Crockett, it's like, why you got to talk like that?
She was one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Jasmine, the people of Dallas deserve better than a fake ghetto hood rat. Do they know you're a rich kid from Missouri?
baby, because these people, they are crazy. Because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you. And the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true because your lawyer would know that they going to lose it if they.
You know, why? You don't have to dumb yourself down or dim your light or to be relatable. You don't have to go into that space and do it that way. For me, as a school counselor working with teenagers, I was able to still be very relatable and still be very respectful of myself. I didn't have to come down and talk slang with them, and just I was still able to relate and still fit in and still feel like they can connect with me, relate to me, all the things without having to turn into this ghetto, type of mentality.
Growing up not being like this stereotype of like black girls and stuff, and what people will call essentially whitewashed, will always be a very interesting experience. You typically like get called different a lot because like people expect you to act like girl what, like boo boo, like but y'all do realize like being black comes in like different forms. Like we're not all the same type of, like the amount of people, especially like non-black people, that I've had tell me like, oh, you sound like a white girl, especially over the phone, is outrageous. And I always get told like, oh, you sound like a white girl, da da da, you act like a white girl, whatever. But what does a white girl act like? Like, I get what y'all mean, but like, since when did they have like a culture? Or I don't know.
But I think we have it all messed up and we have it so misconstrued of the idea of what it means to be relatable. And then this is what we produce, right? A attorney is out there shooting fake, guns and kind of creating that type of dynamic that I think is just, I don't know. I don't like it, but I think this is where we are when it comes to career choices. Everybody is able to do whatever they want. And this is why I say you cannot tell the difference in women nowadays. Everybody acts the same. They look the same. They behave the same. They talk the same. It's like, how do you know who is the better choice of a woman, the better quality of a woman when they all act the same way? But she got 5 degrees. She has a career as a attorney, but she's out here dressing, moving, speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how do we there's no separation, and there has to be a separation. Unfortunately, if we want to be able to go the way in a way that is more positive and women who are of class, of standards, and they don't have to feel like they have to surrender to the foolishness to be seen, right? And I think that says a lot about what we as the people give more attention to. Like the attorney who's out there just saying, "Hey, I want to thank everybody for for my clients. They was able to get off. I did my job, blah, 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 blah." That's not good enough. I had to go into a whole music video and put up fake guns. And they said she, in the comments, they were like, yeah, she from the hood. We love that for her. That's what we like. And I think people capitalize off of that. And she may not be nowhere from the hood. She may not be none of those things, but I know that they like that and I'm going to do that. Right. And I think that that's the unfortunate side of all of this and all of how we navigate in these spaces as women. When we choose certain careers, we don't want to just step into that. I think we are so focused on trying to fit in every single space that you're not able to just fully be yourself, because you have to be the gangster girl, the suburban girl, the ratchet girl. Like, it's like, why can't you just be you? If people don't like you for you and they don't want to work with you for you, then that's not meant for you. But I think because the ghetto black culture is the most appeasing, the most gets the most attention, that's what we do. And a lot of women are doing it. And I think that that's the sad part about how young girls are going to grow up and watch and continue to see and be almost feel like it's okay. We've seen the girl who was got the degree from Florida University, one of them schools. She took pictures in front of the school, half naked. We saw the nurse who got fired. I'm not fired. She was kicked out of nursing school for wearing the lashes and the fingernails. It's like nobody is able to separate the two. And I think that this is the problem when you have an attorney, and you have a judge, and you have all these people in these high power positions, where I think growing up, when you thought about being a lawyer, being a judge, being all of those things, you never thought it would be a thing where you would see women behave in a certain way and look in a certain way in these fields, right? So again, I don't necessarily want to make this about race. I don't know this woman's race at all. I can't tell if she's a woman of color, mixed, whatever. But I think it's just the nature of why do you have to adapt that type of personality to get the views and likes. So that says a lot too, right? Like even to be an attorney, you still have to find ways to crave attention. And like her sliding across a car, like it's a music video, it's like it's just insane. And I don't, how do we tell the difference? How do we find the difference in other women if this is what it is, you know? But this is just my opinion. These are just my thoughts on this topic. I think it's very disheartening. And I think it's something that, again, young girls and boys watching and wanting to choose these careers, they might feel like I could do whatever I want to do with my career and still have my career. So let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments, of course. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.